We are going to be doing painted rocks today. Our first step is going to be to collect rocks and then go ahead and use a paintbrush to paint acrylic paint onto your rocks. You can choose to paint them solid colors. You can choose to have a gradient color scheme. It is up to you. If you want to do the gradient one, I would start with your solid color and then add a little white each time until you hit all the way to white. The first one we're going to do is going to be a cactus. So I am going to start. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and I started with the outline and I drew a pot at the bottom with like an M on the top for the cactus. And then I went in and I added the spiky parts. I had 2 colors for my shades on the cactus. And then I used my Sharpies right over here to color them in. The bigger the rock, the easier it is going to be to draw unless you have really sharp points. So I just worked on the silhouette. I did a gradient background with red, like a sunset. I might add a few stars up here with white. I'm going to also just continue the ground line across the bottom of the page. And you can just draw right on here just like you would on a piece of paper. And you could write messages on them. It's a pretty easy craft, but the big thing is make sure you paint it, let it fully dry first. And if you don't have acrylic paint, it's not a big deal. You can use tempera, but just don't put it outside. So guys, I was just continuing on, playing around with the rocks. See right over here, this part of the rock, it bends down, which makes it not easy to draw on. I did another one like this. It was a unicorn and her face came right off the side here because of the shape of the rock. The bigger you make your rock, the easier this is, okay? Same again with this one. I had space to do some simple designs. My last rock I'm going to be using, I think I'm going to be doing an owl. I have a big space, so I might get more detailed in my patterns. Okay, this is going to be my last one that I'm working on. I'm working on the owl. This rock I sponge painted first. The other ones I brushed on. It has a little bit of a texture. I like that idea for the wings. So I started with 2 circles, leaving the insides empty so you can see through the rock. So I left some space on the outside of the circles and then added some diagonal and horizontal lines to make the eyelashes. Above here, I'm going to add in the edge right there. Okay. So I'm just continuing on here. I am adding different details. I added some dotted lines around there. I made a diamond there for the beak. I added some feathers in the top. You could make this a color flower or you could just leave it black and white. So I may add in a little heart there, but right over here, but I'm pretty much finished now. Guys, you can do pretty much anything you want on here. I was really interested in maybe making some masked creatures for first line workers for COVID. But you can make anything you want. I miss you. I hope you have fun making your rocks. Make sure you find big rocks, okay? Have a great week, guys.